The most dangerous financial advice you will ever receive is that you need a brilliant idea. We are told wealth requires innovation. We are told to build digital frontiers or proprietary algorithms. But the data of wealth accumulation says something different. The people quietly buying their third home do not own tech startups. They own things you actively ignore: trash bins, clean office windows, concrete storage units. These simple businesses run on autopilot. They generate cash while their owners sleep. The glamour is in the idea. The money is in the boring.
Every tall building accumulates grime. Business 20 is commercial window cleaning. To an observer, this looks like strenuous physical labor, but the owner is not in the harness. Commercial contracts for offices and hospitals pay $400 to $1,000 daily. These are automatic annual agreements. Running 3 two-person crews bills $300,000 a year. The barrier is not capital. The barrier is the simple fear of heights. You bypass this by hiring people who do not have that fear and paying them above market rate. This reveals the first fundamental rule of boring businesses. The more physically uncomfortable a service is, the lower the competition. Business 19 is pressure washing. It requires no special license. A commercial washer costs between $1,500 and $4,000. Serious operators avoid residential jobs entirely. Instead, they sign annual contracts with property managers to wash sidewalks and facades. This demand is recession-proof. During expansions, owners wash buildings to attract tenants. During downturns, commercial leases legally obligate them to maintain storefronts. You replace the anxiety of single sales with recurring corporate contracts. Business 18 is portable restroom rentals. It is an unappealing industry. That is exactly why it is highly lucrative. The global market will reach $38.86 billion by 2030. Every construction site and outdoor venue is legally required to provide sanitation. The model is purely asset-based. You purchase units, schedule a cleaning route, and collect rent. Maintenance discomfort creates a massive barrier. This protects you from the millions chasing digital marketing startups. You do not have to handle physical labor to build a boring empire. Sometimes you just need to buy permission to occupy space. Business 17 is the modern vending machine. Modern machines accept cards and report inventory directly to your phone. They net $300 to $1,000 monthly in busy gyms or offices. One operator scaled to 50 machines and outsourced restocking entirely. You are not buying a steel box with snacks. You are buying the exclusive right to stand 24 hours a day in a corner that previously generated $0. It is micro real estate. Business 16 is the independent ATM network. Individuals purchase machines and place them in cash-heavy businesses. Bars, cash-only markets, and laundromats are prime targets. You collect a fee on every transaction. With optimal placement, each machine can generate $1,000 to $3,000 in net profit. It solves an invisible problem of convenience. Placing your ATM next to your vending machine creates two distinct cash flow streams from the exact same footprint. You double your revenue without doubling your maintenance travel time. Shift your focus from physical machines to administrative friction. Business 15 is small business bookkeeping. Clean books are a legal requirement, not a luxury. Owners gladly pay $500 to $1,500 monthly to outsource this task. 10 clients paying $1,000 monthly yields $10,000 in recurring revenue. The global accounting market is projecting growth to $986.5 billion by 2032. You do not need a CPA to organize basic books. You use existing software to categorize expenses. You are selling peace of mind, not complex audits. Business 14 is commercial cleaning services. Most dismiss this for its simplicity, but unit economics are incredibly strong. An operator with 5 recurring residential clients can generate $5,000 to $8,000 monthly. Scale to a crew of 4, and you yield $25,000 to $40,000 monthly, with 35% to 50% margins. Failure in cleaning is rarely about quality. It is about chasing new clients instead of holding on to current ones. Commercial contracts always beat one-off bookings.
When the service you offer is non-negotiable, you gain ultimate pricing power. Business 13 is pest control. Cockroaches and termites do not check the stock market. Once a monthly maintenance contract is signed with a restaurant, it is rarely canceled. No owner risks a failed health inspection. In a normal negotiation, if you have to persuade the buyer, you have weak leverage. If the customer is in an active crisis, you hold all the cards. Pest control resides permanently in the crisis economy. If you prefer physical assets that do not require active labor, look to heavy metal. Business 12 is the coin laundry. The U.S. laundromat industry generates $6.8 billion annually. Average revenues sit at $150,000 per location, with margins up to 35%. Approximately 95% of laundromats survive past 5 years. They massively beat high-tech startups. People must wash clothes regardless of the economy. Modern operators turn these facilities into multi-revenue hubs. They add ATMs, vending machines, and paid Wi-Fi. They convert a single physical footprint into a diversified holding company.
Business 11 is self-storage rental. This is a $45 billion U.S. market. Nearly 1 in 8 households rents a unit. As living spaces shrink, storage demand rises. The model is elegant. You are renting raw concrete and steel. There are no toilets to fix, no complex residential evictions, and minimal overhead. Small e-commerce sellers are the fastest growing segment. They use units as decentralized warehouses. Business 10 is heavy equipment and tool rental. Buying industrial mowers, commercial scaffolding, or concrete saws is prohibitively expensive for homeowners and small contractors. Renting is the logical choice. The asset pays for itself within the first few dozen rentals. After that, it is pure profit. You absorb the depreciation once. Multiple customers fund your cash flow indefinitely. You leverage their temporary need into your permanent asset.
Business 9 is sports card reselling. This is not speculation, it is systematic arbitrage. Operators purchase massive, unorganized bulk lots of cards. They sort them, grade their condition, and sell them individually on marketplaces. Turning manual classification into a structured process exploits a massive inefficiency in the market. Traditional business minds ignore it as a hobby. Because of this blind spot, margins remain exceptionally high. Business 8 is light manufacturing of small parts. No one dreams of manufacturing screws, brackets, or custom connectors. Yet these tiny components hold the physical world together. A small manufacturer specializing in custom plastic parts can easily generate millions in revenue. Large-scale factories cannot afford to halt their massive production lines for a small batch of 1,000 custom screws. This leaves a highly profitable gap. Local operations fulfill specialized orders at premium prices. We see the exact same dynamic in the digital space. Business 7 is specialized management software for small business niches. Venture capitalists fund startups trying to build the next social media platform. Meanwhile, quiet developers make fortunes building scheduling software for electricians or inventory trackers for repair shops. These clients do not care about sleek design trends. They care about saving 5 hours of paperwork a week. They gladly pay $100 a month forever. This income remains insulated from the volatile swings of consumer technology.
Business 6 is specialized electrical services for smart technology. Standard electrical work is lucrative, but specializing in electric vehicle charging installations and smart home integration allows operators to command rates exceeding $250 per hour. Building codes increasingly mandate EV infrastructure. Early specialists capture high-margin contracts. You do not need to invent the electric car. You simply need to be the only person licensed to install its fuel source in your zip code. Business 5 is commercial kitchen plumbing. Residential plumbing is erratic, but a commercial kitchen cannot operate with a backed-up grease trap without violating health codes. A plumbing company focusing on restaurant maintenance easily builds a seven-figure enterprise. Commercial clients pay premium emergency rates to avoid closing during a busy weekend shift. Business 4 is parking lots in high-demand areas. This is widely considered the most boring business in existence. That is its greatest strength. A well-located lot in a business district generates $10,000 to $30,000 per month. Managing 5 small lots generates over $600,000 a year. There is almost zero overhead, no inventory, no physical product to spoil. It is raw land monetized. Business 3 is established service franchises. The average service franchise generates $1,677,660 annually. When you buy a franchise, you are purchasing a refined instruction manual. Someone else has already made the operational mistakes. Your only job is disciplined execution. Business 2 is buying an existing business. This skips the startup valley of death. Purchasing a business with proven cash flow is a faster, safer path to financial independence. Startups rely on hope. Acquisitions rely on tax returns. Business 1 is the master architectural plan behind all 20 entries. It is any business with recurring revenue. The difference between struggling for survival and achieving permanent freedom is whether you are paid once or paid repeatedly. If you sell a product, your revenue resets to zero every Monday morning. If you rent out an asset or secure a service contract, your income is locked.
Consider 2 paths. Daniel spent his 30s chasing the perfect idea. He built and discarded software applications searching for an uncrowded market. At 41, he is still searching. His savings are depleted by the pursuit of innovation. Alex, at the same age, bought an unglamorous laundromat. It had operated quietly in his city for 15 years. He did not invent the machines. He did not revolutionize washing clothes. He simply managed the existing cash flow and used profits to place vending machines in nearby gyms. Today, Alex is financially free. Daniel is still waiting for the world to notice his genius. The question is not how creative your business idea is. The question is whether you want the prestige of a complex struggle or the quiet security of a boring cash flow. Start building your boring empire today.